What is going on, guys? My name is Nightmare, and today we'll be going over the new Halloween event and the new Halloween units that will be dropping on One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan. So, usually I don't do these types of videos, but you guys seem to like my V1 Katakuri videos, so if you want me to do more videos like this, let me know. I can do them. I don't mind doing them, but let's go over this event. So here we have all the new Halloween units that will be getting. V2 Legend Ace. No, it's not V3 Ace. Luffy Ace doesn't count. If you think Luffy Ace is V2, you eat glue. Alright, so V2 Ace, like I said before, we have Rate Luffy. We have rare recruits Koala, Dofi, and Reiju. And then we have Kusenov Battle. So Kusenov Battle I'm really interested in. Hopefully he'll be on the same level as Sanji and Zoro as a Kuzuno unit. If he's not, then I'll be a little bit disappointed, but if he's still a relatively good free-to-play unit, I'll be happy overall. But here we have the dates for the events. The first one is going to be the Sugo Fest, which will be starting tomorrow, and it'll be ending on 11/11, as you can see. Next up we have is the Raid, which is Luffy, like I said. He also starts tomorrow, and then he'll be ending on 11/17. Next we have is the Kusenov Battle, which is against Sabo, which will start on 11/5, and then it'll end on 11/11. Here we have a retweet event where if we get 5k retweets, we'll get 5 gems. Nothing too big, but be sure to retweet the post when it goes live today at news time on the One Piece Treasure Cruise Twitter. Next up, we have our Tricker XP Island. Here we'll get 300k XP per run, I believe. And then there'll also be drops of support medals. So be sure to farm these because support medals are super important in the game now. And since there's not really a lot to get regularly, I would highly recommend farming this island. And also to make sure to farm the last D10 clears on the Shanks support island and the Lucy support island. The support Garp challenge islands before December, because those Chopper Man missions will be going away relatively soon. So be sure to do those. You get a lot of support medals from them as well. And here there's like a red text that says something about 1 day. I'm not sure if we can only farm these islands once a day, but we'll have to see. Let's see, what was it? The Ace Island's going to be the first one. Then there's going to be a Luffy Island, and then the last one's going to be a Sabo Island. So just so you guys know, this is the login bonus. Nothing too crazy, but we get 60 cotton candy in total, that's nice. I don't mind that at all. Next up we have is the November treasure map, which is pretty cool. I don't know why they pushed it back to all the way to in November. They're gonna make like another one in October, but it is what it is. But here is some really juicy news. So instead of getting 1k blue tickets in the rainbow chest, we'll now get 5k tickets, which is just really crazy. If you play in the New World League, you'll get a ton of tickets. You'll get like 20k tickets just from like farming regularly. So this plus the addition of 5k additional tickets from drops is just super good. So if you haven't gotten Garp, this is an excellent chance to get Garp, or just to save up your tickets for the next upcoming unit, or to get some nice tablets. And then also during this treasure map, there'll be a half price for getting treasure map Boa. So if you're a newer player or you haven't obtained her yet, I highly recommend getting her. She's a really powerful treasure map unit and probably one of the best in my opinion. And then finally, we have a rerun of the old Halloween Fortnights. All pretty good units. The ones I would highly recommend are Katakuri, Sugar, and Vivi. They are the best units. I know Vivi has the sailor ability with special rewind, and she's also a cooldown reducer. Really great unit. I used her in the Koala for my Luffy Ace team, so really great unit. The sugar changes all negative orbs and changes all orbs into G orbs, and she has a relatively short cooldown. I believe it was like around 6 to 9 CD, which is really nice. Really great for stuff like Calo Pedro and stuff where your orbs will be, where all color orbs are negative, which is really nice. And then we have Katakuri. I believe he makes certain makes orbs beneficial, I believe, if I'm correct. And then he also does something else, and he's like the only free-to-play unit that does it. I forget what it was off the top, but yeah, really solid unit. I would highly recommend picking them up. And then Corazon and Rebecca, you don't really need to farm them, but if you want to, they'll be pretty good to get. I'm sure there'll be boosters on the treasure map, so I would highly recommend picking them up as well. All right, whoop. So here, scroll up too far. All right, here we have V2 Ace, who's a really cool unit. So V2 Ace, he's a 4X captain for fighters, shooters. He boosts their HP by 1.5 as well. He'll make int and psi orbs beneficial for shooter characters, and then he reduces 10 turns of special seal and special rewind. Now that's retarded. What am I saying? He is an obviously really powerful unit. Personally, I think his captain action special thingy, whatever we're gonna call these additional abilities that are placed into the captain ability, is way better than Stamp Luffy's paralysis and despair. Personally, that special seal and rewind is gonna be really good because there's barely ways to counteract special rewind, so him reducing 10 turns of it in his captain ability is just broken. But this also means that there's going to be some pretty annoying ass content coming in the future, so be prepared for that. But his special ability reduces 10 turns of bind on the crew, which is really nice, and also for 1 turn, he'll boost the attack of fighters and shooter characters by 2.5x, which is really nice. I really like this. You can pair him up with Luffy Ace and have a 2.5x orb and attack boost, which is really nice. I really like this character. His sailor ability, 75 stats to HP, attack, and RCV to fighter and shooter characters. And he has another ability where he will treat Psi, TND, and RCV orbs as beneficial, which is nice. And then he has a support ability that once during the adventure, when an enemy binds your crew, he removes 3 turns of bind, which is really good. Basically Corazon, but for Luffy, which is really nice. Next up we have is Koala. Really nice art. I like the Little Red Riding Hood art. But her special ability is to reduce 5 turns of increased damage debuff, which is nice. For 3 turns, she'll also heal 10 times her RCV, which is really nice, so give her RCV candy. And then for 3 turns, reduce incoming damage by 50%, which is also really nice. You can use her on stage 4 and then bring it into the following turn, into stage 5, which is really nice stuff there, especially if they're something like Kalo Oven. So she's a relatively good unit. 30 plus stats in RCV to fighter and cerebral characters as one of her sailors. And her other sailor is if the captain is fighter or cerebral, the crew will treat Dex orbs as beneficial, which is really nice. And then she has a kind of lame support ability like the regular one. Stats reduce incoming damage from int characters and HP for Sabo, Morley, Bello Betty, Karasu, and Lindenberg. Not really a good support, but it's alright. Next up, we have Big Boy Bony Dofi. And Bony Dofi completely removes resilience on enemies when the enemy has a delay protection debuff or a debuff immunity. He'll boost the attack of orbs and boosts attack and orbs of shooter and fire characters by 1.75 for one turn. So a really nice unit, kind of like what's his name? Pedro. Kind of like Pedro, really cool unit. And he also, as a sailor, 30 plus attack to shooter and fire characters, and 75 attack to shooter fire characters when HP is low. So that's really nice. I really like this little Bony Dofi. He's a really cool character. Next up we have is Beiju. Spooky Frankie Beiju. So Beiju completely removes any poison on the crew, like almost all Beijus. Reduces 3 turns of burn and paralysis, which is nice. When the captain is shooter or cerebral, changes orbs of shooter and cerebral characters to matching, and for 2 turns increase the appearance of rate of matching orbs for the crew, which is, it's alright. Really nice special overall though. And her sailor ability is 30 plus HP to shooter and cerebral characters, and when the captain is shooter or cerebral, crew will treat quick orbs as beneficial. And then she has a cool sailor ability. Once during the adventure, when the character triggers a special that changes orbs, for 2 turns boost the appearance rate of matching orbs for the crew. And Reddit then put for what characters she support. But I'm assuming it'll be like Sanji, Judge, Germa, Luffy, something like that. But that support's actually really nice. It basically will help you get matching orbs, especially on turns where you're not allowed to do much. So that's a really nice character overall. I really like that Beiji. And then we have Rate Luffy. So Rate Luffy, he'll bind himself for 7 turns, cuts the HP of one enemy by 25%, I believe. Reddit put 25x, but I believe that's 25%. Reduce 4 turns of despair, change all orbs, including blocking T and D orbs. When there's an orb boost applied already, for 3 turns he'll have a 2.75 chain lock, and if not, he'll have a 3x chain lock. He has a sailor ability where if the captain is fighter, fire characters will treat T and D orbs as beneficial, which is nice. And his second sailor is if the captain is fighter, 1.1x HP for fire characters. Bruh. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Just having an additional HP stat. And yeah, that's all the characters that we know so far. They haven't data mined Sabo yet, but I'm assuming that he'll be data mined relatively close to the 5th of November, so maybe like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, something like that. So I can make another video on Sabo if you want me to. If not, I won't. But yeah, that's going to end it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.